Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond. So I have an unboxing to do with you guys today. I wasn't planning on filming. I actually wanted to just do some editing, but a parcel arrived unexpectedly yesterday, and I've had quite a few dramas with this order, and I did mention in one of my haul videos recently, plus I think another one, that I had a story to tell you in regarding a particular brand, and yeah, so when this order arrived, I left it sealed because I decided the best thing I could do, considering the experience I've had so far, was to open it up on camera. So that's what I have done. So I'm just going to cover over my address so you can see this is still completely sealed, and now I'm going to open it first and then I will get into the story. So let's see how everything's turned up and what's inside. So I'm just going to quickly cut into this. And I'm seriously hoping that everything has turned up in good condition. So this is probably the most nervous I've ever been, or opening up an order, to be honest. So that's item number one. And item number two. So at least what I ordered is in there. It's just whether or not they've arrived in good condition. So the one I'm concerned about the most is what I'm going to open up first. So it is the Michaela Glamlite palette. So unfortunately I've got a bit of reflection there. So I can already hear something moving around in there. Don't know if it's going to come across on camera. So I'm hoping that's just the packaging and not the shadows. So all right, so you can see the packaging has it's all got glitter in there, so I'm pretty sure that's what I was hearing. So I'm going to open it up and hope to God. Okay, so it's in perfect condition. So I am super duper relieved about that one. Now let's open the other palette and see. So you will have already seen this palette, and that's part of the story. So that is the Red Velvet palette. Strangely enough, this is all sealed in plastic. So I'm gonna leave it that way for now because I'm not going to be keeping this palette. So I'm going to put it aside for now and decide what I'm going to do with it. But I'm pretty sure it's all been coming you know, bubble wrap and everything, so it should be fine. So the story behind this palette was that I was away. I ordered it on the launch date. I was in Newcastle visiting my sister. I set my alarm for some ridiculous hour of the morning to make sure I woke up on time to order it. I'm kicking myself now that I didn't get her highlighter, but the palette was the thing that I wanted the most. And yeah, I was so super excited to get this palette. The shipping wasn't cheap. It was about 25 US, which is about 35 Australian dollars for me. And yeah, it shipped on the 28th of June. And I think I ordered it around mid-June because I remember being up there for my nephew's birthday at the time. And it was like the 6th of July was the last tracking that I had for the US. And for some reason, it said that it had gone to Frankfurt, Germany. So I get the fact that you know, they're like, for international shipping, they're kind of having to do unusual methods or, you know, go different routes than they normally would. But I had a universal tracking app, and it actually said the destination was Germany, not Australia. So I was a little bit concerned by that. And yeah, and that was the last of the tracking on on the US website until about 2 days ago, where it miraculously turned up. Now, I had contacted the company. It was maybe about 2 months since the shipping had updated. That I was really concerned that this package had just dropped off completely, and I thought surely it has scanned in somewhere, but no sign of it. The problem was, and it's not, I mean, everybody has heard me say how long the shipping is from the US to Australia. I'm used to it. I don't have a problem, but you usually get fairly regular updates of where the parcel's at. So I wasn't getting that, and I thought after 2 months, I'm starting to get worried. Now, the customer service from Glamlite, and I'm so sad to say this, but it is very, very lacking. Now, they told me that I had to deal directly with USPS. Once it had left their hands, it had nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, being that I am an international customer, I cannot contact USPS directly. They will not deal with the receiver, only the sender. So I had actually informed Glamlite of that. I'm surprised that they don't already know that that's what the procedure is. I even took a screenshot from the USPS website and I pasted that into an email back to Glamlite. We had numerous emails back and forth. They were actually like within 24 hours to my first email, they responded, basically blowing me off. And then a week later, after I'd responded to that one, it just went quiet. So I ended up sending a fresh email where I told them that I had emailed them back. I was concerned by the fact that I could not deal with USPS directly, and that if they could please refund me, and that they could then try to recoup their money back from USPS themselves, seeing as I couldn't do it myself. They told me I had to contact my own postal service. I did that. They said there was nothing they could do because the parcel hadn't been scanned into Australia yet. So, like, it was really out of my hands, and I was relying on them to do something about it. But they just kept telling me that I had to deal with USPS directly. They even sent me a 1-800 number for me to ring. Now, that number did not connect from Australia. It wasn't for international customers to ring. You had to be within, I'm guessing, the US, and it was if, say, somebody there had sent a parcel internationally, that they could then ring that and deal directly with the USPS International. So I let them know that that number didn't work, and and I just, please, could you help me? I wanted them to instigate like a missing parcel query. They just weren't willing to help me at all. And I did tell them that if I didn't receive a response from that email, that I would basically have to put in a claim with PayPal. Usually that's the method that I use for payment, but then when I went and checked, it was actually, I'd used my credit card to pay for it. So so they basically ignored me, and eventually I ended up putting in a dispute claim via my bank. It wasn't until then that they then responded to my email of me asking for a refund, and basically said, well, we can't give you a refund because you've put a claim in already and the bank's now holding the money. And they basically accused me in their email of putting in a false claim and trying to intimidate me by saying that a false claim could affect my ability to purchase from online retailers again in the future. And that really, really upset me because there have been numerous occasions where I have gotten the wrong order. It's happened with Pat McGrath. It's happened with a retailer in Australia. It's happened with Beautylish. I've always been honest, and I've always contacted the company to let them know, because I know that there will be some other poor customer out there that's missing their order. And if I let them know, then they're going to believe that other customer, and that other customer is actually going to get what they ordered. So yeah, so to be accused of putting in a false claim didn't sit real well with me at all. And yeah, I'd basically given up on this parcel ever arriving. So I actually reordered this one from an Australian retailer. That's how much I was sure I was not going to actually get this parcel, and I was prepared that when it launched in Australia at the end of this month that I was going to reorder that palette. So I'm not going to punish myself by missing out on Glamlite's products. I actually really like their products. So this is not, I'm not rubbishing the company for their products or anything, but I really think that their customer service is very, very lacking. So and they said that they would hope that if my parcel did turn up that I would actually let my bank know. So and I told them that I would. So I now that I've opened the parcel, I will make sure that I contact the bank and that I withdraw the dispute claim. But yeah, I just think for international buyers, be very, very aware of companies that have those sorts of policies, because they're not taking any responsibility for you as a customer and the goods that you've purchased from them. It's just so easy for them to just blow you off and make it your problem. Even though you've outlaid the money and you don't receive the product in return. And everybody knows how much of a makeup lover I am. I have a huge collection. I have dealt with multiple companies over many years, and I have not once dealt with a company that would not honour the transaction. If a product arrived damaged, I've either received a refund or they've sent me a replacement. I actually had parcel that went missing from Coloured Rain quite a few years ago. It never showed up, and Coloured Rain was really good about making sure they sent out a replacement parcel for me. So and I've placed that many orders, and yeah, and for a parcel to go missing is very rare, and for me to be panicked over it, or to be concerned, it would have to be something out of the ordinary for it to not feel normal for me to worry me. So yeah, I was just so disappointed with how they dealt with the whole thing. So I'm super relieved that my parcel turned up, and I have every intention of withdrawing the claim, but it has actually tainted my experience now, and I will never ever order from Glamlite directly ever again. So, but I will continue to purchase their products through, like I said, Australian retailers. And yeah, it's just I unfortunately now, as much as I'm relieved, I'm no longer excited by the palette. So I'm hoping that by using it, I can revive that excitement a little bit. So we shall see. So yeah, so just anyone international that cannot actually put in any sort of inquiry with USPS directly, just be very aware. And if you have an alternate method of accessing Glamlite's products, I would highly recommend it. So yeah, so let me know what you think of the situation. Do you think that I was right or wrong with the way that I handled it? Are my expectations wrong? I mean, I spoke to a couple of my friends that said, you paid for something, you should be actually receive the product, and obviously my bank agreed with me. So yeah, I don't know. I understand from their point of view, but I'm sure they don't get customers. There's the odd person out there that's obviously dishonest, but I'd say the majority of people are doing the right thing as a customer. So yeah, just a whole whole experience has been very tainted and disappointing. So, but on a really, really wonderful note, and I hope she doesn't mind me mentioning this. Actually, I probably won't mention the channel, but there is a very dear friend of mine who has her own channel who actually has the Michaela X Glamlite palette. And when she found out that mine had gone missing, she actually contacted me a couple of days ago, and she said that she was going to send me hers. So I just thought it was absolutely I was dumbfounded, and I'm still a little bit dumbfounded because she loves the palette, but she was willing to give it up for me because she didn't want me to be sad. So that just absolutely just blows me away, and it touched me so much. But I said to her, no, at the time I didn't realize, and I'd said to her, an update, like my palette like has mysteriously just turned up, like the order has mysteriously turned up in Sydney. Yeah, she was like, oh, that's the palette I was going to send you. So yeah, so luckily she gets to keep hers. I've got mine, and yeah, we'll see. So let me know if anybody else managed to get hold of this palette. I know there's a couple of people that did, but yeah, drop me a comment and let me know just what you think in general of this whole situation, how you would feel if you were in my shoes. Yeah, so with that, I'm going to get going and hopefully try and get some editing done. And yeah, thanks for all joining me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.